Welcome back to the voice of the AI revolution. We are your hosts. He is Oliver Yarbrough.
Yes.
And I am Kirk Hunter. And today's episode is talking about how AI is invading the retail experience. Now, Oliver, do you go to McDonald's drive-thru?
I go through drive-thrus occasionally, but haven't done McDonald's in a while.
That's right, because you're a vegetarian. So that's not the type
the
of
whole
place.
World know that. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
no, we're gonna put that.
Now, like the secret's out of the bag. Okay, yes.
We're gonna put that out there because there's a bunch of people who go to McDonald's drive-thru, and I don't want them to judge you accordingly. Like, oh, does he think he's too good?
Please don't judge me.
Yeah, no. He just thinks he's too good for meat, not too good for McDonald's specifically. So we're gonna talk about AI at the drive-thru, McDonald's drive-thru, and the reason that we're doing that is because they just spent $300 million to acquire an AI company specifically for their drive-thru.
Yeah, you wouldn't think about McDonald's buying an AI company. I mean, that just seems so out of the ordinary.
Especially when you're talking about $1/3 of $1 billion that they're making the investment in, correct?
Yes.
So now, when you think about that, you're like, well, what's AI got to do with the drive-thru, and why would they be spending that much money?
Yeah, what do they have up their sleeves?
So, with AI, you have something called machine learning, right?
Yeah.
Where it aggregates data throughout the day, customer data. So now you can, in the future, as they perfect this technology, and I'm sure they have other uses that we haven't even thought of, right? Or hopefully they do. But let's say that you roll in there about 1 p.m. You're coming in for lunch, and this particular drive-thru has been aggregating data about the different items that are ordered during that time of day. Okay. Now, they have digital panels for their drive-thru. Now it can show you the items that are most popular in that area at that time of day.
That sounds very Amazon-ish right there.
Yes.
But Amazon for restaurants.
Yes, for fast food even.
Fast food restaurant drive-thrus.
Drive-thru.
Even inside, it sounds like. I mean, going from the drive-thru to inside, because we all know that we're a communal people in general, and we want to know what other people are doing. And I may go in thinking I want this thing, but no. For example, how many times you've gone to a new restaurant and you tell them, "I've never been here; it's my first time." What do most people buy?
Or what's good here?
Exactly. Well, instead of asking that, you just see a panel in real time telling you what people bought, not just in general, but that day, what was the most popular item that day. And it could allow that restaurant to maybe customize or give something seasonal or get it even more personalized for that individual. So, I see a world of opportunity here.
Right. So, again, if you had like a personalized panel with a restaurant and it says that 68% of the people who walk through ordered this particular dish, you're going to be naturally curious about that. Even if it's something that you didn't think about ordering when you walked in. Like, oh, why are so many people ordering that? Yeah. That must be pretty good.
Yeah, and the worst thing, at least with me, is to go to a restaurant and to have your taste buds, just perking up. And you buy something expecting a certain experience, and it's a letdown.
So even vegetarians have taste buds that perk up? Because I don't know how that works, Team
if you're a vegetarian out there, all my vegetarians out there, would you please stand up, okay?
Yeah.
Please stand up.
Yeah, I'm going to have fun poking fun at the vegetarian movement. Going forward, that's what you get for being, a healthy
It's
individual.
not the vegetarian revolution, it's the AI.
Yeah, and you got the contrasting styles there. He eats vegetables, so he'll be around a lot longer than me, obviously.
It's AI and vegetables too, right?
It's coming.
That's another episode.
Yeah, exactly. Lettuce that's talking to you. And then, so speaking of very specific experiences, let's go back to this drive-thru example now.
Okay, yeah.
So let's say you have a rewards program or a loyalty program. So now when you roll up to that drive-thru, let's say you scan a code or something like that, now they have the items that you would normally order already there. Convenient.
Wow, this is interesting because I know we're going to be talking about grocery stores here, but I'm just thinking about how the Whole Foods of the world, Kroger's, they have these delivery services. I could see how this could go into a delivery service, taking it from the drive-thru to even delivery, because I read something earlier, even though this isn't a drone show, I read something earlier, because I'm always reading. Uber wants to, like, don't quote me on this, but like in the 2020s, they want to be able to deliver your order, like through Uber Eats or whatever you order, directly to your residence within 5 minutes.
Yes.
So imagine the personalization, imagine the implications of this, combining AI with the drive-through, with everything else, with the real-time app. It could show you at your house, for example. So you have your customer, or you could be, you're at your house, you're pulling up the app to order something, and you would just normally order whatever catches your eye, right? Oh, I want some teriyaki chicken, whatever, right? Well, not me. But
yeah, not you. Yeah.
But you want that. But then you see on the right-hand side, scrolling in real time is telling you what people are buying at that moment, possibly, or by category, you can then click on what's been the most popular dishes that day. Mm-hmm. Do you think that could influence what you buy at that moment?
Yeah. You can even have rating systems, right? So if you go into categories and you say it's seafood, for instance, and their salmon is like 5 stars and then their shrimp is like 3, you're like, I was really into shrimp, but I'm going to start looking at this salmon again.
Yeah.
Where you can actually, that obviously that wouldn't probably be the restaurant's thing. I don't know if a restaurant will want, stars associated with that, but if you're looking at like a Yelp or Uber Eats or some sort of third party where users can actually put their opinions into it and leave information, where you can do research about the different dishes the same way that you would on Amazon when you're researching a product, that can change the entire restaurant game.
You're talking about some really, really heavy stuff here, Kirk.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk, a common theme is personalization. We talk about that a lot. But I see implications even outside of retail. But I'm going to keep it on retail now. But the ability to be able to influence people. So let's talk a bit about the business implications of this. Obviously, it's all marketing. It's all, getting a message out and getting people to take action. I look at it as influence, because influencing people to, maybe you have certain things which you stocked up on or which are big sellers in other parts of the country, and you want to introduce something here. Mm-hmm. Well, by putting up that real-time chart on what's being bought nationwide or what's being bought in Indonesia, for example, and say, hey, this is really popular here because some people like international flavors or whatever else it might be, but showing them that this percentage of people are buying this, or these are the most popular items for this day or this week or this month. And then tying that data to a loyalty program and running all of that through AI in real time allows me to then, as we talk about this personalization, to then target you individually via the app. That's where we're going, people. Yeah. We're going towards personalization via your app, where you can get things targeting you specifically. And as they fine-tune these things, like, for example, I heard that part of the reason your McDonald's drive-thru, going back to our drive-thru, is slow is because they are making these personalized dishes, of which they've been thinking about scaling that down. But if we can anticipate what someone's going to do, we can customize the experience, and we can build greater loyalty, obviously increase sales, but not just increase sales, but increase the amount of the sale.
And the frequency of the sale. So, and we're also talking about convenience. So not just individualization, personalization, but convenience as well. Think about Sam's Club. Sam's Club has an app where you can actually scan the items as you're going through the store. It puts it into your virtual shopping cart. You have your payment system already on file, so you don't have to wait in the line at all. You don't have to do the self-checkout. You don't have to wait in the line for them to do it. You can literally take your shopping basket all the way to the exit. You show them your phone with your app on it. They say, go on through.
This sounds so futuristic. I mean, are you talking about something which is going to happen in like 5 years or something, or 10 years?
That is happening right now.
Get out of here. You serious?
Yes.
So this reminds me, as we talk about grocery stores and getting into that, have you heard of this Amazon Go?
Yes.
Is that not the coolest thing to be introduced to retail since, I don't know when? I mean, this is just... Basically, explain it, Kirk.
No, you know what? For the uninitiated, since you had so much enthusiasm about it, why don't you tell them what Amazon Go is?
So Amazon Go, in just a nutshell, It's a store, a grocery store, where you go in and everything is done through your app. So you literally scan your phone or your app and you go in, you pull things off of the shelf, you put it in your basket or your cart just like you normally would, but the store knows what's being taken off the shelf and they automatically add it to your app. So there's no need to scan anything. So you literally are in the store, you just yank stuff off the shelf, you put it in your basket or your bag, and when you're done, and this is the cool part, are you ready for this?
Yes.
You just walk out.
Yes.
Just leave. Just like you're at a gym. I mean, you just walk out after you're done. And it automatically bills your form of payment. I mean, that's where we're moving towards.
And you can actually pick something up, change your mind, put it back, and real time, it's actually taking that charge off as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's Amazon Go. I heard something about Walmart is testing something as well.
So that brings us to more of the business applications. Walmart is going to start putting AI on their shelves.
Whoa.
Now, you're thinking, well, why would I put AI on my shelves? The AI is tracking the inventory of shelves. So you get to see if people are making a run on bread. When do people buy bread? Canned goods, what kind of canned goods are selling? What time is that canned goods selling? There's a lot of data that you can get just from the shelves itself, not even necessarily knowing the customer, that you can do for your organization. Like, oh, these are the peak hours for this. Or we have something set up with our sponsors in this little area, and this is doing well or it's not doing well, whatever the case is.
Imagine if you're a soft drink provider. Let's just say, for example, not that we're being sponsored or anything, but Coca-Cola, right?
Well, it's Atlanta, so you'd have to say Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Otherwise,
right?
the Coca-Cola police would come
exactly.
busting the door in and
but
take
Coca-Cola,
us away.
who hasn't drank a Coca-Cola product? For example, there's other software, not software, but soft drink. There's other soft drink companies out there. But just for example purposes, a Coca-Cola product. What can you see the value that they could get from this type of technology on a shelf? Not just letting them know when to restock it, like just in time, but knowing how quickly their product is being taken off the shelf, what day and what time. And so not only to restock it, but what's trending. So similar to what we talked about earlier, not that they're going to put a display up saying that these number of customers bought this drink, but just from an analytics standpoint, it can just go through, when we talk about just in time, it can go all the way back to the manufacturer and the bottler, and they know how they need to stock up their inventory over the next 2 or 3 months based on how things are trending, based on how quickly it's coming off the shelves. And then you can use this for future months and years to anticipate for certain seasons or certain events. Like, hey, we know that there's a big event coming up now at, say, a baseball stadium, and we see that when certain teams are in town, it's jam-packed and we have this amount of density. We know that our vending machines or the restaurants that are serving drinks are going through it that much faster than normal. So again, it goes back and we can use it to predict and do our analytics so that we can be ready for that.
So you're saying you can budget accordingly for the future as well.
Budgeting.
And you know what? Because we can talk about this forever. I'm going to use one last example. Since you did mention Coca-Cola,
okay,
talk about the Coca-Cola freestyle machines that you see in movie theaters, different fast food establishments. Probably not you, because there's no vegetarian fast food, but they have these machines where you can actually hit a touch screen, and it's got all their products, Sprite, root beer, different flavors of it, whatever the case is. So when they start selling peach Sprite, for example, that's because people were going to the Coca-Cola freestyle machine. They were mixing Sprite, they were mixing peach. They noticed that a lot of people were doing that. They have a orange vanilla drink. They noticed that people were mixing orange and they were mixing vanilla from these machines. It's gathering all this data, it's seeing how often people are doing it, and it's using that to turn them into mainstream products that they're selling to the masses.
I like that. I like it a lot.
So we hope with this particular podcast, you've not only been educated on how AI is sort of invading the retail space, but also we want you to ask yourself, what would I do if I knew stock information real time, if I knew customer satisfaction information in real time, if I knew what's popular, what's not, if I knew what trends were, if I knew what time of day different things sold, what would I do with that information? So
how would I improve my business, right?
How would that improve my
or
business?
my life?
Or most importantly, how would that improve my revenue?
Hey, I want to be able to mix my own drink and everything and see what other people in other parts of the country or world are drinking. Like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but a lot of people aren't going to want tomato and celery and all that vegetarian stuff that you put in your drink, so...
You never know.
And with that, that closes this particular episode. He is Oliver Yarbrough.
Yes.
This is Kirk Hunter, and this is the voice of the AI revolution.
Revolution.
Viva la revolution.